August 26, 2025, that is when Hedera is going to break out of this massive bullish pennant and make its way to 41.5 cents. We'll get into the charts here in a second and show you exactly why and how, and again, when this thing is going to rally. But first, I want to share this. This is from Swarm Markets. Big news for RWAs and DeFi. Hedera Foundation and Swarm Markets have launched stocks on-chain like Apple, Tesla, and MicroStrategy. EU prospectus regulation compliant, available to both retail and institutional investors. This is a great thread. We're going to go over it together. Unlike many tokenized stocks in crypto, these aren't synthetics, okay? They're one-to-one backed by real shares held in institutional grade custody. Insolvency protected, DeFi compatible, and 24/7 tradable. This is a big one, right? We saw the issue with paper gold and with really paper Bitcoin and paper anything as well. If it's not really holding the asset one-to-one, then it's not really an actual product. And so what Swarm Markets is looking to do on Hedera with tokenized assets, is hold it one-to-one in institutional grade custody. And I think the big one here as well is DeFi compatible. That's going to be a big one as well. Instant redemptions. Hedera users can exit positions immediately, no waiting for traditional T+2 settlement. This is made possible by redemption pools found first on Hedera, which are, and we'll expand this, more capital efficient than automated market makers, don't need inflated on-chain TVL, and taps real off-chain liquidity from day one. Number 4, automation, unlimited liquidity from TradFi. And well, just Google how much liquidity is in TradFi. It's in the trillions. Thanks to Swarm's automated infrastructure, a smart contract on Hedera can trigger a buy or sell order in TradFi markets during market hours and deliver stable coins back on chain. Hedera users can effectively leverage virtually unlimited liquidity from traditional markets for on-chain activities. This approach solves one of the tokenized assets' biggest problems, exit liquidity, while keeping the focus on real utility, not hype metrics. Exit liquidity becomes particularly important when using these assets in other areas of DeFi like on-chain lending. And it's just a start. These tokenized stocks will integrate into DeFi, enabling the following: on-chain lending, DAO treasury strategies, advanced collateral use cases, and on-chain assets for the bear market. With Hedera's performant EVM-compatible network plus Swarm Markets' regulatory-compliant infrastructure, we're building the bridge between TradFi and DeFi. And ask yourself this question, HBARbarians, is, well, who's got the most connections to TradFi? Just think about that, and the answer is obviously Hedera. We're taking a look here on Lunar Crush. Take a look at some social metrics for HBAR. As you can see here, number 23, alt rank coming in at 493. The big ones here I want to highlight is engagements. That is up 19,500. It's currently sitting at 1.2 million. 4,600 mentions up, closing in on 10,000. Sentiment is up 2%, sitting at 88%. Social dominance is just right at 0.75%. And then this creator one, I'm not familiar. This one says, let's hover over it. Creators measures the unique number of creators that have posts that are active and have received engagements. That is actually down 123, sitting at 1.58K, which we're hoping this video is going to help make that number tick up. You can see across the board, majority of these alts are up, but we know from a price action standpoint, Hedera has been in this bullish pennant. If you remove this, essentially a symmetrical triangle since July 18th, so exactly 1 month ago. And you take a look at when exactly does this come to an end, does this pattern come to an end, and that is the 26th of August. Now, it could break out before, it could extend out even more and do some weird, like come back down this way, and then we get expansion this way. But the way the setup is now, August 26th is the date that we should see this thing break out. And then the price I gave you was 41.5 cents. Well, we just measure the breakout from the very end of this pattern, which I'll drop a flag, brings it to just under, well, 41.5 cents. And again, is it going to happen immediately? Probably not. If it happens this way, you're looking at the price reaching 41.5 cents by September 20th. Now, again, these are just from a probability standpoint, doesn't mean it's for sure going to happen. Maybe it breaks the opposite way. Maybe it breaks to the downside. The altcoin markets bleed. I don't think that is going to happen necessarily. I do think this will play out, and I do think actually it'll happen way before the 20th of September. So just keep those dates in mind. Also, what we're looking at is volume has been decreasing. The bands, I bet you if I throw on Bollinger Bands, yep, the bands are starting to get tight. So a big move is coming. Just to kind of put it in perspective, you guys, the last time HBAR's bands got tight, and we're looking at this area here, okay, price rallied 110%. So HBAR essentially more than 2x'd after the bands got as constricted as they are now. So again, that move is coming. Up or down, this bull pennant tells us it's going to break up. Let's take a peek at market cipher B. Money flow continuing to expand to the upside, which is what you want to see. We do want this VWAP right here to reverse and come back and break above our zero line. That will tell us that momentum is back on the side of the bulls. That's one thing to keep in mind on the weekly time frame as well. We take a peek. W pattern still playing out for HBAR, as you can see here, coming in on a double bottom, seeing a little bit of a bull flag on the weekly as well. And well, that measured move would be, if it breaks out from where it is currently, 41.5 cents. So multiple high time frames telling us the same exact thing. So it's only a matter of time. What I will tell those of you that if you have been holding HBAR for X amount of time, more than 6 months, more than a year, now would be the absolute worst time to sell it unless you're in some kind of a financial bind and you need the money. It's your money. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But I'll tell you what, if you've been holding on this long, the move hasn't even came yet. HBAR's done fairly well. It's rallied from around 4 cents back in November of last year to a high of around 40 cents. Going back to the most recent time, which is the beginning of the year, that's nothing to what we expect to see once the altcoin markets start to really, really have that bull market rally. So I hope you enjoy this content. This is your weekly HBAR update. I'll probably do another one towards the end of the week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, have your notification bell on. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.